How you all doing? And thanks for tuning in. I've got a very nice model to look at this time. Well, I haven't looked at it yet myself, but it's the Inno18 Nissan Skyline R34 silhouette. From Inno is a wee brand that I've been buying car models off for a couple of years now, and you can see in the Inno64 they are superb and look first class. Yeah, have you even like the wee Hot Wheels, forgive the condition of that, that's my son's there, and they do play with it, but you can see that there's a significant difference. Obviously there is also a significant price difference in those two, but for a model car collector, yes, that's first class. And so when they can produce this sort of quality and 1/64 scale, yeah, you could say I do have high hopes for the Inno18, and I believe this is the first production 18 for the Inno Models brand. But so I was very keen to get my hands on it. It is currently now the most expensive model in my collection, and it is one thing I did have to order for a retailer, and it's a shame that the retailer did just slap the label on the brown box and post it to me, and you can see it got a wee dinge there. But at the very least, it would have been nice if you could have like covered it with a plastic bag or something like that and stuck the label onto that. But however, just from looking inside, it does seem to have done its job, and it's protected the actual box. But before I can get looking at that, I do need to clean off my desk, because this is a model room, and this is like a current wee project I've got going. This is a Hot Wheels Honda Civic. I'll maybe click up a few photographs there of what it did look like. I've sort of grinded down the side skirts there to smooth them off. I'm in the process of trying to shape that front bumper. I need to go back over that back bumper and sort of take out some of them. I put on a few extra bits there just to fill in some wee holes. But I don't know, stay tuned, and maybe in the next few weeks so you'll see how that turns out. But I do have a bit of a mess there I need to clear up before I can look at this model. One of the things I really have liked about the wee Inno64 cars is how they're presented in the nice wee acrylic case, and that's where many of my wee Inno64 cars, I haven't even opened them. The only one I actually have that's opened out of the case is this one I got second hand off someone on eBay. The rest of them I've never had them out of the seal, because they look quite fine how they are, and I don't see the point in opening them out when they look fine on display just like that. I have got a wee die over there for some of the 1/64 cars, but I think those wee cars look fine in the wee boxes what they come provided in. So, will the Inno18 will come with a wee acrylic case provided? I'm doubtful, and even if it doesn't, I do have a few spare 999 collection display cases which I'll put it on. But we'll see. You'll see it for the first time along with me. Get it out. Thankfully that wee dent that was on the outer box doesn't seem to have done any damage to the inner box. But straight away, wow. Look at that. Oh, for any other brands out there, yeah. Yes, again, there's a big price difference. I was going to say about auto, for example, but yes, this is maybe 3 times the price of an auto, so you'd expect it to be presented to you in a wee bit higher quality. One thing I'll definitely say, this is heavy. There's definitely a good weight in that box. Here we go. I almost feel bad doing this, but I'm not going to see it any other way. Cut the tape. Right. You can see, we've got this box, and then that sort of outer sleeve sort of slid off that. Then we've got another box. Oh, Now, you can see the way this is packaged. Oh, very good. That's neat. We've got an acrylic box. Oh no, that's cracked. You see it there? There's a wee crack in the case, and over here too. That is a shame. If anything, you know, I could maybe turn that around and keep those wee cracks to the back of that, but that is a shame considering the price of this. And I think I maybe actually will contact that retailer about how that was posted. Normally the same guy would actually does post them a wee bit over the top and stuff, but so I don't know why he sort of skipped out on this one. But that's disappointing. There you can see it in all its glory. What a fantastic looking model car. I don't know if any of you guys watching are familiar with Rob's model cars. He's an Australian guy. And I did watch a video maybe about a year and a half ago where he built his own custom version of this here using an auto art model. And it was after this car, the real car, was released in the Tokyo Auto Salon. And I watched that series with Rob building that R34, and I was blown away by the effort and all he put into that build. And so when I seen Inno was releasing this in 1/18 scale, it was one that I had to have. Yeah, the lid does just lift off, so for display purposes I can't just simply turn it around, and I might put a wee bit of artwork or something in behind that just to cover those couple of cracks, and then it'll be fine. So I think you'll all agree that is a fantastic looking model car. And there's lots of interesting wee fine details on it. I did see there's even still wee bits of polish in the front bumper and stuff off it. So somebody did polish it. I do see that it's not only sealed, it is sealed onto the base. I can't feel where the screw hose is at there, but so I don't know. Would you actually pierce that base so that you could screw it off, or do you just leave it where it is? Other than what looks like a wee bit of polishing around the corners and bumpers, there's nothing what I could say was a flaw. I think the wee details and stuff on those tyres was fantastic. You get that with quite a lot of model cars where they don't go for the licensing to actually have the authentic tyres. So yeah, this Inno has went that wee bit further. They haven't just got the licensing from Liberty Walk for producing this model, but yeah, also from Yokohama as well for producing those tyres. I maybe should have explained at the start, but the whole thing behind this, the silhouette from Liberty Walks, it was sort of replicated or based on the old 80s R32 race car silhouette. And Liberty Walk, then a couple of years ago, for it was a 2020 Tokyo Auto Salon, they decided to make like an R34 version, sort of based on that old R32 race car. And this was an actual just a show car, but I think the actual real car wasn't even actually a GTR. The actual real car they built it on was a GTT. But I suppose that's how things are nowadays with the value of a genuine R34 GTR. Yes, it makes sense if you're building a real car for just aesthetic purposes. Yes, do it on the GTT, not the actual GTR. But yeah, very, very pleased with that. Yes, that's the only wee snag was that box coming with a crack. But again, I think for me to go through the lines, this is a limited model. They're probably already sold out, and you probably can't get this anymore. Whoever wanted them has ordered them, and they've been made for that customer. I ordered this. This is now the middle of March. It's the 18th of March, and I ordered this back in October. So that's you're not going to get them, and unless it's from a retailer, was probably going to be wanting more for them now. But yeah, so for me to go down the channels of trying to return this because of those couple of wee cracks, it's not worth it. I'll just improvise, and I'll put a wee bit of artwork in behind sort of to hide that, and I'll live with it. Maybe get a photograph of the real car or something to get to put in behind it, or something along those lines. I'm also I'm not in the process. my old diorama. Like, I'm not really happy with that, and it was okay at the time, but you can see, if you can pick it up, how the floor is sort of warped a wee bit on it, and that was my first sort of effort or attempt at building a diorama from scratch. And yeah, I've got a lot more. I've got the garage down there sitting full of materials and stuff to build a new one, and I'm going to make it maybe far bigger. No, it's going to be like 4 foot by 2 foot. So it's going to, like, come across to here. It's going to take the full length of those 3 cabinets, and I just need to build it. And if you build it, they will come. So they say. So if I do decide to take that off that wee stand just for photographs, and that, I'll wait on to maybe have my new diorama built, and this will be a good showpiece for it. I do, however, have another really good Nissan model in the pipeline, and believe it or not, it's going to be more rare than this one. And it's actually cost me more than this one too. Believe it or not. But that one is maybe a month away, maybe 2 months away. I'm not sure. Whenever it comes, it comes. Maybe a bit of a clue there. As a model that I have had on this channel before, and I have got it away with a professional model builder. I'm a bit of an amateur, but I'm still sort of learning. But I have it away with a professional who is redesigning it a wee bit for me. But so stay tuned for a future video of that. I'll maybe try and save that new diorama maybe when that Nissan comes, and I'll combine it with this and try and make a nice video or something. And for those of you who have subscribed to the channel and are loyal to the channel, and I know there is a few of you that watches all my videos and always puts on a wee comment there under the videos, and Michael and Lee and you guys would do that, though that's very much appreciated, and thank you very much. And I know I'm not making enough videos. a lot of sometimes that has to do with time, and sometimes that timing is a wee bit of an excuse where yeah, I do beat myself up a bit, whereas it's like the videos aren't getting viewed and nobody's watching it, and what's the point? And it's maybe my videos are just no good. But one of my favourite YouTube channels, probably is my favourite YouTube channel, is Drift Games, and one of the recent they've started doing podcasts. And like the podcast, the second podcast I was watching last night, where they did talk about themselves and their own YouTube videos and how they doubt themselves and stuff at times. And they made a good point. Your boy Dave Egan would owns the Drift Games, but sometimes you just have to say to yourself, it doesn't matter if people like them or if the views or comes. What matters is if I enjoy making the video. And I suppose that's what initially what me making the videos was about. Was about me enjoying making the videos and sharing with you guys what are collecting the models, sharing my collection and sharing my perspective on the hobby. And I don't need to put pressure on myself to make the best videos and have 10,000 views, because that's maybe not never going to happen, and that doesn't need to happen. I just need to make a few videos and please myself. And anyway, thanks for watching, everyone, and stay tuned. I have got other new models in lately, which maybe I'll take you up here. I'm waiting on another. I got this one here and recently, an RWB, and I do have these other RWB models. I'm waiting on another one that has been pre-ordered. I'm sort of waiting on that to sort of do an RWB video. I also did recently pick up that wee Subaru there from a guy on Facebook, Mr. Orion, and I do have to really commend that guy on his packaging. The packaging of that guy's, of the way that Subaru came, nothing was going to damage that model or damage anything to do with it. But what else? Yes, I've got the wee EP3 Civic Type R recently in there from Auto, and that's a lovely wee model there too. But again, I've been getting the time and sort of me motivating myself to actually make these videos. That's a wee random find I did find in a wee antique shop, but I think it's cool. I also did pick up that wee Golf Rally there maybe a month or so ago. Also the Casio, I think it's the MD MX5. If you've made it to this stage of the video, you're a good one, and thank you very much. Coming in the sort of the springtime and stuff now, yeah, I maybe will try and get back out again and make a few films outdoors too, as well. I just need to. I find if you make a few videos in a row, you sort of get into a wee rhythm and you get better at it. And at the minute we're only making like one video a month and stuff like that. You sort of, I don't know, you lose your rhythm, you lose your your practice at it. But so stay tuned. There's a few. There's Dubshed. I'm hoping to be able to get that, and I want to be able to see, because the Drift Games guys, they are going to attend that Dubshed show they've announced. So I would like to actually go and see their cars in real life, and I watch them in videos all the time. So it'd be nice to actually see those cars in real life. So again, stay tuned for that. But thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time, whenever that may be. Goodbye.